Hey everyone, I wanted to take a moment to thank our sponsor of the Stirfry, Nuclear Printing. They're your go-to custom apparel business specializing in custom t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more for your business, brand, or any occasion. Check them out on Instagram at Nuclear Printing, spelled N-U-C-L-E-A-R Printing. They are an amazing business with great customer support, so make sure you check them out. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stirfry. It's your boy, Chef T.
I'm Will the Spacekid.
And our special guest today is Kevv Lotz.
How it do, guys?
What is up,
What
bro?
up?
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you. You know, you're one of my good friends. We've known you for a while. Kind of grew up together in high school. So who is Kevv Lotz? I know who Kevv Lotz is, but I don't think the audience does.
Kevv Lotz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does it start?
It starts with, I'm a cool, humble guy. I keep it real. That's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, so you made music for how many years?
I started making music probably my sophomore year.
Yeah, is that
you
when
actually inspired me to make music because you're the only one of the few, actually. You and Steve Ozell.
Dude, classic.
You guys influenced me. I was like, no one else is doing this, and I wanted a way to express myself. And I loved making music, expressing myself through music. It's just...
Yeah, I mean,
just loved it.
I remember what was it, The Crown?
The Crown.
The Crown was a banger, y'all. Like, I think Steve took it down.
Only the real ones know Crown.
Yeah.
Classic.
I would be playing at parties.
Oh, my God.
Dude,
we had some times.
Yeah, we performed it.
We performed that at Jaden Sellers' house.
Jaden Sellers' party. That was fun.
Crazy.
So you're in high school.
Hell yeah.
You got some different people, and they're making music. So how was that first studio session?
Dude, it was I don't know, man. It was
first time you hear yourself on that mic.
Because that was at what?
First time like in actual studio.
I mean, are we talking closet? I mean, what's
the
the
first time I actually started doing my own shit on Audacity.
Okay.
I started making music.
But we were at
basement,
Steve's. Your first time was at Steve's house recording, though, right?
The first time I recorded was at Steve's.
Yeah, because he had like this little setup where you sit on his bed. Everything was on the floor. It was like
different.
Yeah, it was sweet though.
Yeah,
Once it
he had
came
the
out,
setup.
Loved how it sounded. It was just like, wow, dude.
Yeah, because Steve used to know how to mix and master all that stuff.
Yeah, Steve's so talented, man.
Yeah. So where was the first person you went to? Was it Dylan or record in the actual studio?
Yeah, it was Dylan.
Yeah. How was that experience?
Dude, it was great. I remember this dude hit me up, Bobby Majankis. Dude, he had this raw song. It was called Harden. A lot of people know that song from where I'm from.
Right.
But Harden, that was the first time he hit me up to go there. Recorded in a verse. Made the song, bro. It sounded nice. It was just a great song, bro.
Just being in that environment was sweet.
Yeah. And it's like a home studio, though. But still, dude. Like, first time hearing yourself in a studio, dude, it sounded great.
So would you say like any big artist kind of more so motivated you or made you kind of not want to do it? Like, you're in high school, you see these people, they have, all this money, cars, they're older than you.
Yeah.
So is that kind of like motivating you to keep going, or is that kind of like, dang, I can't be one of them?
See, I kind of wanted to be recognized by them. So like,
okay.
Yeah.
I would low-key try to get their attention through my music, kind of.
Got you. Okay.
I'd try to reach out to them just so I could get recognized, really.
I mean, when you say like who are these people that did motivate you?
Like in high school or in like...
I mean, all together,
high school, then you can keep going,
famous
like,
artists.
I mean, it was mostly, honestly, like famous people, really, that I looked up to. So, like, I don't know, I just looked up to Tupac a lot. His whole story, he was just something else, really.
Got you. Okay.
I don't know, he was so unique. He was such a philosopher, really. He just inspired me, really.
Yeah, Tupac definitely genuine. Man of many, great, great talents. Have juice under his belt. Poetic justice. music. I mean, like, who hasn't heard a Tupac song?
I know, right?
Changes.
Yeah, I mean, but he influenced all of rap today, really.
Yeah.
You know, like, he started it all. Everyone has a little bit of his influence in him. He was real, too. You know, he always kept it real, which I respected. Who else influenced you? Any other major people, maybe newer people that are out now, or...
I always liked Wiz. Wiz
Okay.
is one of my favorite artists. He has probably the most records that I really like. Like, if you were to go through my phone, I'd have probably the most tracks by Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah,
He just makes great music.
ONIFC, man, that's like ingrained in my high school. Like, that was amazing.
And
I was
feel like
always,
you got it, man.
I was always kind of just like, I don't know. I like Wiz to a certain extent, but like by far, like Cabin Fever was crazy.
Yeah, it's that
like,
smoking music,
Like
man.
Cabin Fever
Wiz-
was just crazy.
Dude, yeah, he had some nice projects. But yeah, Wiz does get repetitive, you know.
Yeah, see, so that kind of goes into like, do you ever think, when do you think people should stop rapping? Do you ever think there's like a stage, like, would you stop rapping? When do you, like...
Not really, unless you just had nothing really left to say or reason to be driven to make music, to express something. That's when I just say, if you don't really have... I mean, kind of when you just lose your love for it. Kind of just got to hang it up. Yeah.
So, you know, it's a lot of rappers, you know, pushing through in their 40s. You have the Kanye West, the Master P, Eminem, Jay-Z. And, I mean, so how do you feel about these people, you know, continuing to drop albums and, you know, possibly pushing 50? Like, we'll be looking at maybe these people in their 50s dropping albums.
As long as it sounds good, really, you know.
Okay.
I mean, I liked Eminem's new album. A lot of people didn't really like it, but, like, if you actually listen to what he's saying, he's speaking some, you know, funny-ass shit, but he's also speaking some, you know, real shit that's...
Yeah, I mean... See, for me, I haven't even listened to it yet, and to be honest, I probably won't listen to it just because the simple fact of course, there's a car alarm going off, fucking assholes. But for the simple fact of like, I think Eminem has reached that point where why is he trying to prove to everyone that he's a good rapper? To me, it doesn't make sense. It's like, dude, people are telling you you're one of the best rappers to exist. So you go and you bury yourself, you lose respect, like all that type of stuff.
I feel like the two albums before this album just were not good to me. Of course, yeah, it's some great verses you can listen to, etc. But I don't feel like it proved a point. Like, he's at a point where, like, when he drops, it needs to be like that it project all around. Yeah. This project, I thought was fire. I was interested in seeing him collab with younger people, different beat choices. I feel like he came and he did what he needed to do, even from the cover art saying the best rapper since, I want to say, it's either 1997 or 1998, which is dope either way because basically he's saying, you know, Tupac, Biggie left the game. I'm here. I don't really care who alive has a problem, you know, anything to say about it. So I thought that was pretty dope. Just the whole like cover that, like the whole like murder scene, like pretty dope. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of just feel like it's that time where like people need to let it go. Like,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
Is like he solidified. I would be a lot more. I feel like he needs to take that same effort into like bringing forth new people. Like, go get a 20-year-old, 28, 18, whatever, and just mold them to be even better. I mean, you know, than him.
Yeah, taking the mentor role.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's honestly insecure, if you really think about it. Like, doesn't he have people signed? But he won't allow people to be better than him. I know for a fact. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but I'm saying like, I'm looking at him, and I doubt that he would want to mentor someone and make them be better than him.
He wouldn't want to take.
He wants them to be lower than him. You know, because he thinks he's the best.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that he just has insecurities. Maybe it's from all the drugs he took, but like in his head, something's loose. Yeah. To me, something's loose in his head where they're like, "Yo, granddad, stop rapping," people are telling you like, we think you're the best, but now what are you doing? Like now you're just ruining it. Now you're ruining your whole thing. Like, see, Kanye, I think Kanye can get away with it for the simple fact of like, Kanye's approach is different. Yeah, Kanye does think he's the greatest thing to ever live, right? But I think he takes a different approach to each of his projects. He takes a different approach to what he's doing. Yeah. Eminem is trying to prove something.
He has nothing else to prove.
So this is another.
I feel like he's proven everything.
This is another thing. Difference between like Kanye and M. I feel like people wanted to hear Eminem to know what was going on. So when he's dropping Mockingbird, when he's talking about these different drugs he's doing, when he's mentioning the debatable relationship he has with Mariah Carey, these are things, according to him, that's going on we can see in life. Now, when you listen to an Eminem project, he's literally just rapping through. And it's like, okay, yeah, that punchline is great. Oh, yeah, he rapped super fast on this one. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on between him and his kids. I don't know what's going on between, living life. And I mean, he might do it on, like, one or two songs, but the other projects were, like, really solid on telling what's going on. Kanye, on the other hand, is straightforward. Like, this album was kind of more so different just as far as, like, the whole, Jesus thing. But still, even in this project, it's like, he's talking about, I had this talk with my dad. Different people were judging me for trying to take on this path. Even, like, Life of Pablo, he's talking about, like, they want the old Kanye. Well, oh, well.
Right.
And I think that's where Eminem is missing. But I also do think it is, like, it's kind of an age limit to this. Like you have to bring new people. And even the people he, like, had put on his label, it was kind of like, one, they were kind of older from the beginning. Outside of being older.
You're talking about M, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Outside of them being older, it was kind of just like, M, I don't know. A lot of them describe it as the worst experience of their lives. Like they say, like between Joe Budden, Joel Ortiz,
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, just like that whole Slaughterhouse. A lot of people like, it's just not what you think. Like,
damn.
That's what I'm telling you. I bet Eminem just, I don't know. I just don't think he can ever see anybody try to be better than him. So he takes them. He's like,
he thinks he's the best. He might.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
That's my problem.
That's how he got to where he is. He has that mindset where he thinks.
Yeah. And exactly. And I think one thing about Kanye real quick is like, I think that Kanye, when he has artists he's really interested in, he lets them shine. Because he'll have, I think it's 070 Shake, or I can't, maybe I'm saying that wrong, but like he lets them take their talents and combine it with his in a very artistic way.
Yeah. I mean, even if you just go back to looking between, Big Sean, Designer. Like, he signed Designer. He was in a video, everything, pushing forward. Like, that was a big, co-sign right there.
Yeah.
2 Chainz kind of been, he kind of been, like, on the upfront for, like, so long. But even, him signing to Kanye was still, like, a stretch. Like, oh, man, good music is on top of the world. And then, I mean, you even have people like, I would say, like, Wayne, like, I feel like Wayne gets it. Like, Wayne isn't worried about every year dropping. He's not worried about, this young rapper, I'm about to say their name in this track. And granted, he is floating through with punchlines, but it's also just like, I don't know, it's a lot different. Like, the way Wayne drops and the way M drops is just a whole different process.
Yeah, that for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think of Lil Wayne's Funeral dropping? Like, I know he says his last album.
I hate to see it being his last album. I think he still has it to keep making projects on projects.
So do you think it's going to be his last album?
I think so. Wayne's kind of been a man of his word, I feel like.
Okay.
For the most part.
I mean, I could definitely say that, because technically what was said was that this was the last Carter. So he never, like, really pushed. And the title is Funeral. But however, we've seen these different artists from a 50 Cent to a Jay-Z, announce these retirements, for promotion. And I'm really wondering, as far as, the Kevv brand and, what you stand for, is that something you can see yourself doing? And it might be easy to say no right now, but you also got to remember it's a lot of money floating around. It's a lot of people you need to support at different times. I mean, so what do you think about that? Just as far as like you're put in that space, you're famous, record labels like, hey, we need you to tell all your fans it's your last album, and you know for sure like that's not what's going on.
You're saying if
you're in that predicament, what do you do?
Yeah, what would you do?
I mean, see, I'd have the drive to still make. I mean, I don't know in his position though, like you know what I mean, but he must have just lost love for the game. Really, I think he's kind of sick of doing it. At the same time,
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's sick of dealing with like executive music people.
for sure.
The industry's
Especially
pretty rough.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I just remember like seeing 50 say he was gonna retire and like.
See, yeah, I mean, what do you think about the idea of like even? So it's the idea of like the mattress company, right? They have the going out of business sale.
Yeah.
And you know damn well that fucking mattress company is not going out of business, right? But they do it to get more sales, right? Do you think that's what Lil Wayne is doing?
no, I feel like that's more low key what Eminem is doing. Really.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I could see it. He does kind of make it seem like every time it's kind of his like last project.
God, I hope it will be. Alright.
But I don't know. I think only thing that really with the whole Wayne situation is, I mean, it's literally called like Funeral. Like that's an aggressive title. Like we have seen a lot of people, you know, kind of say like we're ending, we're stopping, but I mean, damn, like it'd be pretty bold of you to drop an album called Resurrection. Like, I mean, like
I could see it though. That makes sense. I could see that actually.
Yeah,
it's like
really. I mean, especially with
Funeral
Lil Wayne
Resurrection, I'm back. He's like fucking.
has a new alter ego.
So,
or
Yeah.
something.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna agree with you. Wayne is a man of his word. One thing I do possibly see, because we've always kind of like spoken, is maybe a Drake Wayne mixtape in the vault that drops. But I think this is Wayne like pushed studio album, the end.
Yeah, I get it. Maybe
I think this is the official end. That's the only thing I do see happen. Like maybe just that mixtape
as an
drop.
album, yeah. But mixtapes, you could see some like something. I could see something out there with mixtapes. Yeah.
For sure.
So like, Kev, what do you think? So aside from music, and just going into all like types of careers like football, basketball, you know, music included, acting, like
How long does Tom Brady have left?
Tom Brady.
What
He said? How long did he say he could go? I think he said 45.
yeah, but like
He's
I
40,
think-
42 right now.
Really? I think he's got. In my opinion, I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go fight 2 more seasons. I think he's gonna fall 1 year short of 45, and he's gonna be 44 when he retires.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking Tom Brady basically has 2 years left. It's like, and his fan base is crazy because I know like they just want to keep seeing him get out there, but I don't want to look up and see a 48 Tom Brady,
A 50?
a 50-year-old.
He's got his ass walking.
You just have to like let it
Well,
go.
he can't go past 45.
Yeah.
And I don't think he will. He might go to 45, but
Be
What if
crazy.
you do?
That's- who's the oldest player?
Yeah, who
even?
is the oldest player? I don't know. But like, dude, could you imagine like a 50-year-old out there shoot against like a 20?
And to be honest, it would be low key Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Or like
out of
Drew
anybody.
Brees, but Drew Brees seems like he's not gonna be too much longer.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it's? How do you think people should figure out when they should stop? Like there has to become a point. Like we're all about, you know, completing your dreams, going for your dreams, you know. But then again, after every goal completed, you know, there's another goal in line. So like, when do you think people should just say, you know what, it's time for me to draw the line?
When they have nothing left to prove in that given aspect, in that part of the, you know, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So like they have nothing to prove, they've accomplished everything, or they've just, you know, lost their passion for it. Sometimes that happens, but I don't know if
If they're just like, I get what you're saying. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there has to become a point when people face reality, realize that you know, Tom Brady can go maybe 4 more years, But like, why? Because he's proved everything. He's won bowls. He's he's done everything that he needed to. No one's gonna say, "Oh my God, I can't believe Tom Brady's retiring. He didn't do shit." That's all. It's crazy to me. Like, but people still want to keep going.
Yeah.
He has the money.
And he just wants to be the best, so he wants to keep going.
Yeah.
He doesn't want anyone else to be above him. So that's what keeps him going.
The drive is crazy. I mean, the drive is what got him to where he's at. Yeah.
He's nuts. He's got to be the best.
Yeah, I mean,
quarterback ever by far.
Yeah. What's your view on it, Will?
So, I mean, basically just really accepting it. Tom Brady, he has basically one of the greatest sports performers in history as far as the comeback for the Super Bowl.
Right.
Multiple championships. Position alone solidified. It's Tom Brady. So, but I do think you just have to let it go. And also, especially like with a sport like football, I mean, it can be, every year we see the Patriots, have a great team and, they're able to, protect him, etc. But, I mean, who's to say, like, next year, who's going to be on that field and who's going to want a piece of Tom Brady?
He actually just posted something on Twitter. It was
really?
like him walking onto a field, but he wasn't dressed in pads or nothing.
Got you.
Yeah, I mean, like, it could be dangerous.
Could retire.
You have a
right
20, but like I'm saying, you could have like that 27-year-old, fit, fresh, boom, comes around the corner, decks him, and he's just, I don't know. When you get older, it's facts. Like, you're weaker. Yeah. I mean, you're just weaker.
Yeah. So, we have all these people with all of these talents. And, a lot of times they have to realize that they should just, like, pass the torch down. Whether that's football, basketball, music. So, sports change usually kind of kick off a little bit. But when it comes to the entertainment aspect, I just always see it just going wrong. Like, we see these people, kids, they try to make this music, and it's just not dope. I don't know if you ever seen, like, I mean, where do I even start?
I say, like, I'm just not the biggest fan of Jaden Smith, in my opinion.
As an actor, musician?
As a musician. I like him as an actor. I mean, he's not bad, but, like,
he's
we weren't even thinking about that.
So, Jaden Smith, when it comes to his music, it's very just different. I don't even know if that's fit for a whole generation or if it's just bad. I mean, like you said, like you're not really a fan. I'm not really like the biggest fan either.
The one thing I would say though with Jaden Smith is, like, out of all these other rappers' kids or like famous people's kids that are trying to make music, I think he found a unique style and a fan base. Like, so he's in a totally different category than, like, say, for instance, we were talking about Lil Boozy's son. Jaden Smith has his own style. He knows what he wants to go for.
Yeah, to be honest, I really just don't know. I think I feel that way. I think I personally feel that way more about Willow Smith. So, like, looking at, like, her videos and music, I don't know. I feel like it's somebody out there rooting for it. I mean, I guess they're rooting for, like, Jaden too.
He has a big fan base. Yeah. I mean, he does have a big fan base.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it targets more of the kids that are like, Childish Gambino believes in Jaden Smith. They work together a lot. Yeah. He has that more, I feel like people that like Tyler, the Creator, people that love Gambino, people that love that category of music, the abstract one, they like Jaden Smith.
Right.
Because he's unique. He's different. He stands for, like, weirdos, kind of. I don't listen to his music on the regular, but I used to listen to when he features on Childish Gambino's song. Like, the kid understands where he's at. I feel like that's the one thing different is, like, all these other people that are trying to rap think that they're the hottest shit ever because they're this one successful person's son.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but, like, it's not the case. But then, so they just make this garbage ass music, They don't really use the resources. They don't really know what they're trying to do. They're just like, oh, bro, like.
I mean, he's definitely so. Jaden Smith has definitely developed a sound.
Yeah.
A newer sound. It's different. I mean, I'm pretty sure like. I mean, I'm picturing like younger girls probably like into it like heavy.
Yeah.
That's probably like what's on their phone in rotation. Was one interesting thing is like his whole water company too.
Yeah.
I thought that was really big. Putting together a water company, donating a lot of waters to these different states. Stuff like that. So I mean, he's okay, but it's some people that just like. I mean, like Romeo was okay in the beginning, but eventually it kind of just like fell off a little bit. Granted, I don't know. Maybe his whole mission was to more so be an actor in the first place. Acting's not that bad. Like, I like some of the movies he's in.
Yeah, I mean it's all strategy. These people have like all the resources, but again, I think it goes back to self-awareness. These kids aren't like self-aware of what they're.
They don't know their place really.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, cause I mean, imagine growing up, everything's handed to you.
Right.
I mean, you don't see everyone. All your friends are like yes men. Like they're like,
yeah,
bro, that shit's hot. Like think about it. Think about if you were surrounded by a bunch of rich, like you're the richest one, and then you have like semi-rich friends, but most of them probably have like friends that are poor because those are the kids that want to be your friend and think you're raw. So you surround yourself with people that think you're cool and think that you're the shit, but really your music's trash. You're trash. I feel like this happens all the time. Yeah. And I think the craziest thing is when rich people's kids and like rappers' kids try to act hood.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Like at least Jaden Smith's out here like has a gat in his hand. He's like, I'll shoot you in the... Like he's just like...
Yeah, we see it all the time. These rapper kids, they have money, they go out buy some guns. They might have like a cousin, in a different neighborhood. Show up to the neighborhood, shoot the music video, and then they right back to Beverly Hills. Like, it's a crazy world we live in.
What are your views on that? Like,
they're just really spoiled kids getting the best of the money. Really, they don't realize how. They just think they're better than everyone. Really, they don't realize everyone's human.
Yeah.
They're just like them at the end of the day.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I wonder what career path, what happens. I wonder what happens to those people as they actually grow and realize that, like, the world... I mean, do they just live off their parents' money? I mean, most of them maybe, but, like...
I mean, so I've seen, like, Romeo basically have money and then also kind of go the whole, like... college route. And a lot of these people, they just get to start a business. Like, it's just that simple. Everything kind of failed. Start a business.
They become a face, I guess.
You get behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And, figure it out. We've seen it multiple times.
Yeah, it just blows my mind. I mean, it's because you go from someone that was from... maybe like a less fortunate, they were raised less fortunate, then they gain this traction, they get the money, then they want to give their kids everything they didn't have, and they really don't know how to like navigate from, really appreciate what you have, because these kids don't. Yeah. So like they navigate from like, oh, you should appreciate it, but then also like, I want to give you everything I never had, Yeah. And how to find that middle ground, because like, I don't know. I feel like name successful rappers that were kids of famous rappers. Like, I mean, like that were actually like good and like really big rappers or music artists. Like,
good rapper.
See, I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like why? It's because people relate to music. People relate to music, right? Yeah. What the fuck is relatable about a rich kid?
Nothing.
See, that's again goes back to my thing about Jaden Smith. Is that Jaden Smith is relatable because he's weird.
Yeah.
So like the kids that feel like they're weird and out of place, whether they're rich, whether they're poor, they're still weird.
Yeah, you get
but what do I relate to? What do I have to relate to some rich kid that can afford all these jeans and they never worked a day in their life? And they're talking about shit I don't do.
So I would say Then you had his crowd. So he mainly targeted like female girls.
Yeah, youth.
He figured that out during his teen years. Then you have somebody like Sean Combs. I feel like so he talks about that lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we like listening to that lavish lifestyle, whether it's him, whether it's Rick Ross, these different rappers, like, they make you feel like you in Miami listening to the music.
Yeah.
In Miami under the palm trees, the nice cars they talking about, which is cool so I think people try to mix it. I think that's the problem. So when I listen to Sean Combs rap and he's talking about living rich, living lavish, that good life,
Right.
it's raw because he doesn't mix it. I don't see him. He doesn't have 100 people with guns in his video. He doesn't, go that extra route. Like, I gotta be in a ski mask, robbing people, all of that.
Yeah, okay.
He just literally tells you like how it is. Like, I might go get the Rolls Royce, and you really might go get it. Like, that's
authenticity.
And it's true.
Yeah, it's authenticity, I guess. Yeah.
And although like I can't relate to it, what I can say is it's real. I can hear it in his voice, and I can respect it.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's how like he grew up, and that's where he's actually at in life.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because I think people that are authentic are usually successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm more talking about like the kids that just pretend and like.
Yeah, the pretending just needs to stop.
I mean, whether they're rich or poor, like just in general, people just pretending.
I mean, both ways. Like the poor pretend to be rich, and you get caught. You will get called out on social media. Like it's people that know you in real life.
Yeah, bro.
They're not gonna let it fly.
Yeah, you're running that Lambo.
Really.
Yeah.
I hate when people just cap in their raps.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: how do you think your music is authentic to who you are? Like, what does this music mean to you?
See, I just say how I feel about what I see, really.
Right.
And what I've been through. I don't know. I just kind of tell it.
Okay.
Tell my way.
Is it like a way to kind of express yourself and?
Yeah, I'd say it's low key kind of like my diary, really. But like everyone can hear it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's kind of unique.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I can't just go out and say something to someone I can talk to every day,
Yeah.
So, but they could hear it and they could low key relate to it if they listen to it,
Yeah, you're keeping that authenticity. You're saying how things really are.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned to just stop capping in my rap a while ago. But.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone goes through that. Everyone, especially when you first start out, everyone's capping.
Yeah.
Will's probably like, yeah, when we pulled up in my 2 Lambos, you know how that go.
Yeah, man.
And then like, you realize like, oh shit, like.
I mean, you gotta remember too, like we're from Cleveland, like that's. I mean, yeah, we had the Bone Thugs era, but like the whole like capping era is kind of like we just watched it happen from the Chip the Rippers to the Corey Babes, the Fat L's, Pooh Gutters.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, they were capping hard, so it's kind of like, and then eventually you had people like Kid Cudi and just show us that like, okay, so it's different options, there's different ways to get there. Maybe capping isn't like the best thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, because I think especially with the social media era, everyone wants to cap. Everyone does cap a little bit in some way.
Yeah.
There are forms of capping going on.
Different degrees of
captivity.
Oh yeah, it's definitely levels.
Captivity. Ooh, captivity.
Yeah,
that should be Lotz's album. We'll tell him that later. Captivity. That's raw. That's a good one. Okay, but yeah, I think that if people make music that's authentic, even like these rich people's kids, even like going back to like Eminem, Lil Wayne, like just be authentic. You don't have to prove anything to anybody.
Yeah.
Just because I see you in a nice fur coat doesn't make that's raw, but like, are you being real to yourself?
Yeah.
Because how can people start to respect you if you're not even real to yourself?
Exactly.
Like, they can't. That's exactly how I felt with Eminem. Like, your music was amazing. I loved your music growing up. You know, my family listened to it. It was inspiring. It was raw. But like then he stopped being like he stopped
Stop
realizing
doing drugs, dude. Really.
yeah, I mean he stopped doing drugs, probably fucked up his head. He had
Yeah, I mean,
no
really,
self realization.
I hate to say it, but I mean, good for him for quitting the
Yeah.
habit, but like his music just hasn't been the same when he hasn't been on drugs, really.
But I think it's coming to terms with that, right?
Yeah.
Realizing,
Yep.
actualizing what's going on, being able to step away and look around and be like, okay, what are people saying? Is there some truth in what they're saying?
Yeah.
You know, because I mean that's stuff. Whether it's with Eminem or whether it's with anything any of us do in life, I feel like that's like the key is to be able to step away, look at what people are saying, and really take away from it. You know, because yeah, like being self-driven, chasing your goals is so important, and you always must like have goals in line, but like being able to sit and like really listen to things and like pay attention to what people are saying. Like you don't have to take what people are saying and kind of like take it as offense. You know, take and learn from it, or you know, really realize who you are from it and what people view you as. I mean, you don't have to like take it to core, but like you know, that's what you really can make you a better person, make you realize where you're at in life. Does that make sense? Yeah. And yeah, I mean there has to be a stopping point. There has to be a stopping point for everything. Everybody has to be able to look in the mirror and say, you know what? Age is real. I'm getting old.
Father time.
You know, like this is real. Like, it's not like, oh, dude, I feel 20, but I'm actually 50, you know, like, I can still go out every night and drink, like, fuck. Like, there's times when you have to look in the mirror and be like, okay, I'm at this age. Maybe it isn't about me anymore. You know, maybe I should take it and go to my kids or, you know, take it, pursue something else, help people out. And I think people struggle with that.
Yeah.
The realization that times become over. We're all going to die one day, sadly, but it's all inevitable.
Especially when it comes to football, like I feel like some of these dudes are retiring really early because they're discovering what's happening.
Yeah.
Like with their brains, dude.
Over time, those little hits develop into bad mental.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
Aaron Hernandez, we saw with
just finished the doc. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a crazy one, wasn't it?
You told me to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about the one. I ended up finishing it.
I mean, it's no excuse for him to be a fucking cold-blooded killer, but like
I hate how they were saying that. They're saying like, "Oh, this is a big play," but at the same time, he was just crazy in general.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of like they said. There's a lot of players who have it, who've been diagnosed with it, and they're not out here doing what he did.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just something messed them up.
But again, if like you gotta like maybe. But people don't want to stop, even when it comes to like facing like problems like that. Like, oh, if you continue to play, you know, this is gonna affect you long term. People don't really think long term.
Yeah, because they're living in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta eventually start thinking of the future. Really, like you can't live by day by day. I mean, you can, but
you need a balance.
You gotta think of the future.
Yeah.
You have to eventually. I mean, have to.
Yeah, it's real.
It sets you up.
Yeah.
For the long term goal, really.
Yeah.
Because gotta know where you're headed to, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. You have anything to add, Will?
Just to kind of like end off, I'll say like it's a lot of people. I feel like they get addicted to the glory and possibly even the fame. As crazy as it might sound, you know, we look at these people as like, oh, they won all these championships already, or, you know, they went platinum so many times already. But they also have to get online and they have to see this 10-year-old kid say they suck and it's a new person. And a lot of people are just afraid of like, dang, maybe I can prove myself next year. Maybe I can drop an album, or maybe I can prove myself next year. Maybe if I get a ring, those people think more of me. And I just want to say, you know, to one, you know, anybody that's like not famous, just kind of do have a plan of just ending I mean, granted, if you're going for like the actor route, obviously, like, you know,
Right.
that lasts forever. But anything that kind of injures your body, from like music, you have to get on stage, you want to jump up and down, you want to dance, that kind of tears your body a little bit. Football, basketball, it's pretty obvious.
Right.
Even I mean, anything like, I don't know. It's just like anything, you know, that kind of like affects the body, kind of protect it. Any you know, big time famous person that stumbles upon this, you know, the GOATs, the Tom Brady's, the Eminems, however you got a chance to see this, just want y'all to know, like, your spot has already been certified.
Yep.
Those younger kids in these different generations, if they're not aware that you're talented, oh well, you have a great fan base. Accept your fan base and know that it's time to, you know, stop and go into a different venture.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, that was a good point, dude. I really fuck with that. Being able to realize that, of course, the generation that you were popping in isn't gonna, like, the generations after might not remember you. But it's okay because they will if they go back and look at the old stuff. Some people are like that. Like,
Yeah.
I think we go back and we listen to, like, old music. You know, that maybe our parents used to listen to or whatever.
Right.
That's a good
And
point.
those people may be alive today, but they're not fucking making music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they're doing is like, they're letting it be solidified. You know,
Exactly.
everyone realize that people will respect greatness when they see it. You don't have to force it down
Facts.
someone's throat. Like, people will understand it.
Facts.
Right. But, yeah, it's a good place to stop for today. Kev, where can they find you at?
Find me streaming services, all streaming services, everywhere.
Yeah, at,
Apple
Kevv Lotz? Kevv Lotz 2 V's?
Yeah.
K-E,
On Twitter.
right? Is it all the same?
Yeah, it's Kevv Lotz, 2 V's, 99, Twitter.
Alright, so KEVVLOTZ
99, yep.
99. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Kev.
Oh, my pleasure.
It was a great time.
It was a great time.
Alright, so everyone, it's your boy Chef T,
I'm Will the Spacekid.
And I'm Kevv Lotz.
and thank you for joining us, listening and watching, and keep it real, y'all. Thank you all for listening and joining us on another episode of the Stirfry. All the music was created by Steve Ozell, so check him out on all streaming services at Stevo Music, spelled ST3V30 Music. Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. We'd greatly appreciate it. And thanks again to our sponsor, Nuclear Printing. They are a custom apparel business, printing things from t-shirts and hoodies to hats and more. Check them out on Instagram at Nuclear Printing, spelled NUCLEAR Printing. Also, see you next week when we talk with Brian Case, aka Burner. He is a gamer, a Twitch streamer, and a sports car collector. We talk about how gaming is evolving and how people are developing whole careers from it. It's pretty amazing. And it's one of my favorite episodes so far, so you won't want to miss it. So see you next week, and keep it real.